There was a period of people just clowning him. Hammer, the butt of jokes. We are in the gangster era, the G-Funk era. So like all that stuff was looked down on.
He just belts the dude in the face, Steve Ronald style. I mean, Robbie, he's gone full heel, Steve. He went from skinny dweeb to just super villain. Jamie's like, look, I'm just trying to be like 100 with you right now and just be cool. I didn't want to cause an issue, but I just thought you might want to know, like, before the surgery, Fancy's name was Frank.
Happened in the 90s.
Westside!
There we go. That'll suffice. And I love how we've hit a renaissance of being fans of Hammer again and appreciating MC Hammer, Mr. Stanley Burrell.
I was thinking about just my fandom of hip hop back in the day. Didn't necessarily start with Hammer, but he was right there at the beginning. He was going neck and neck with Sir Mix-a-Lot, Steve.
He was going neck and neck with Michael Jackson, bro. Because like not only was he a rapper, he was a dancer. He called himself a dance machine. And even in Too Legit to Quit, there was this glove. It implied that it was Michael Jackson. So that was an actual, like, I would say beef, but it was a challenge. Who was the best dancer? So Hammer was that big, man. If he didn't introduce you to the hip hop world, he broke open the floodgates. He was the first of a lot of things for hip hop. I love the fact that people have gotten over the Hammer ridicule to fully appreciate the man. He was the first rapper to host SNL, the first rapper to go diamond, the first rapper to get nominated for best album, not hip hop album, best album.
Still got a shoe deal. I was like trying to find a commercial specifically this morning. I was like, there's one that I remember. It was dope. It was a British Knights commercial. Looking up commercials in the 90s, Hammer had every deal. Pepsi, British Knights, Taco Bell, KFC. And they all had great commercials, Steve. The Taco Bell one, he used his hammer pants to parachute off of a building to get to the Taco Bell. It was fantastic.
He was the cheat code, the secret recipe. You add some Hammer in 1990, 91, it's platinum. It's diamond.
He did the Addams Family song too. I mean, I feel like that's probably what popped him off the most for me, but I do feel like he went through like, you know, because rap sort of veered towards a more like hardcore element. So his stuff came off a little corny comparison, but dude, you're right. The guy was doing diamond albums. If you went to see a concert for this guy, God knows how many steps he got in at a concert. He was a dance machine, Steve.
On that video screen, man. When he went bankrupt for, unfortunately, being a kind-hearted person, man, he put a lot of people on to his detriment. And there was a period of people just clowning him. Hammer, the butt of jokes. We are in the gangster era, the G-Funk era. So like all that stuff was looked down on to the point where he actually did have beefs with other rappers. Ice Cube called him out. LL Cool J called him out. Like, you're not a real rapper. You're a machine. Yeah, you might be a dancing machine, but you're a machine. You churn out the same kind of song and you just put a famous sample behind it. But he did bring hip hop to a national stage, man, even more so than what it was before Hammer.
Absolutely, dude. And also, the worm didn't necessarily turn, but I remember, I think it was like a young Outcast was like doing an interview. Somebody was talking shit about Hammer, and I think that was like, dude, Hammer will whoop your ass. Because he just like, yeah.
Something that people don't realize, because he is from Oakland, some of those same rappers, Hammer actually pressed them in person.
That's so awesome, dude.
He's about that life. He ain't no sucker. Like, despite the flashy clothes, the baggy pants, and the dance moves, like, no, let's not get it twisted.
No, I'm not messing with him, Steve. I couldn't even keep up. As soon as he got you on the ground, you're done. He's just going to stomp your ass. So, like everybody, I probably told a couple MC Hammer jokes, but as we're, like, listening to this, it's not going to be all fully put into the playlist, but, I mean, it's great, dude. It's a nostalgic. It went diamond for a reason. Let's put it like that.
Not only can't we mess with him, Matt, we can't even touch him.
Oh, here come the 90s.
This is Steve G and Matt G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Michael Jordan jerseys and your New Jersey Drive, because every time you see the Hammer is so hype. I'm dope on the flow and I'm magic on the mic. Now, why would I ever stop doing this. With all these breaking records, it just don't quit. Can't touch me. All around the world, from London to LA. It's hammer, go hammer, MC hammer, go hammer, cause the rest can go and play. Can't touch this. No, no, no. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time.
Nice. I haven't stopped.
It gives me the feels, man, as you can tell.
I'm kind of out of breath. God damn. Hammer, how'd you do it?
Seriously. Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things February 12th in the 90s. Starting off in 1990, MC Hammer would release his third album, Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, and the world would never be the same again.
Here come the hammer. That voice.
Dude.
What's there else to say? I will say on this specific album, Steve, there's two bangers right off the bat, and then there's just kind of a significant drop off on there.
You think?
I feel like it, but then it goes sexual at the end, and they got me back, Steve.
Were you a fan of Have You Seen Her?
It's
Have
good.
You seen her?
Yeah. I like the sample. I like the OG song more than that, but it's a good song.
That's why we pray. Praise why we pray. Pray.
But 90s, Steve. I mean, this was in all of the rotations. I think I had this tape, and I think I have a tape behind me someplace with Hammer.
He actually received 5 nominations for this in the 91 Grammys. Best Album of the Year, Best Rap Solo Performance, Best R&B Song, Best Music Video, Long Form. You Can't Touch This is actually the third single, which I didn't realize. Like, considering it's the breakout song, he actually had 2 before that.
I didn't know Rick James sued him for that song either.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing. And I mean, he was known for using sample. Like, a lot of rappers did it, but like his was closer to the original. You Can't Touch This, Super Freak. It's literally the same beat.
Now I'm seeing Here Comes the Hammer beat might have had shenanigans attached to it too. He settled for that one too.
Yeah, he gave him what, co-creator rights or credit?
Yeah, for Rick James, co-composer credit.
Co-composer.
Allows him to earn royalties, Steve.
Trap more bitches in basements and throw cocaine in their face.
Hey, man, that costs a lot of money, Steve. You don't know how much locks cost back in the day, all right? I mean, for me, obviously, You Can't Touch This is probably the most notable song. As a child, Steve, Here Come the Hammer it speaks to me. The beat, it's got everything you want. And when you hear it, it almost makes you want to dance like MC Hammer if you can even try to, Steve. It just comes out.
That was the vibe. His whole discography, like at this point or around this time, it made you want to get up and try to bust some moves, even if you couldn't. Maybe in privacy, maybe you try to work on your Cabbage Patch or your Running Man. I could master the Running Man, Matt. I could do me a Running Man, Matt.
I mean, also just think about this, Steve. This is how much of a vibe MC Hammer was. He took the Addams Family, Steve, the whitest family of all time, made you want to dance to Addams Family, Steve. There was none of that before MC Hammer.
They do what they want to do.
The lyrics in that song, Steve, I mean, it's just a perfect movie song. So is Dr. Dre going to do that? No. Well, maybe he would. I don't know. But MC Hammer, he perfected it, Steve. As a little kid in the 90s, Steve, got you fired up. And it was acceptable. Like, the whole family could get down to it. Even my mom was listening to Too Legit to Quit.
Oh, yeah.
She was pulling the Too Legit. Sonya Gagg even did that, which is insane, Steve. I want some parachute pants right now. Damn.
Oh, man. In 1993, Dinosaurs is airing Season 3, Episode 15, Steroids to Heaven. Robbie tries to bulk up to impress a girl, but her attention seems to be drawn to a bigger guy named Dolf. When exercise doesn't cut it for Robbie, he resorts to Thornoids and finds out his new bulky body comes at a high price. Hilarity ensues.
Oh, you asked me about dinosaur episodes. This is, to me, the number one, Steve. This is the most memorable to me.
I remember this more than the New Leaf or Sweet Leaf episode.
Maybe I wasn't into weed like I am now, but I didn't remember that at all. This
Totally.
stuff.
100%.
I didn't use steroids because of it, Steve. It worked.
That sounds like an infomercial. It works for you. We're back in Pangea for a second week in a row because, I mean, who knew? This show was rocking more than I remember. But we're at Bob La Brea High School, and it's Robbie. He's talking to his boy Spike. They come across Caroline, Robbie's new crush or crush at the time. When they start talking to Caroline, Robbie just nuts up, being all shy.
Hey. And as he's not able to talk, he's just stammering. Caroline's like, oh man, look at that big beefcake over there, which is Dolf. Who, Steve, to be honest with you, Steve, I know is a puppet, and I know it's hard to really generate like a real knowledge of what he is, but I think he's mentally handicapped, Steve. Dolf might have an issue. Maybe it's the Thornoids.
We went to school with some of those guys in Perrysburg. It's just like Chris Rock said in his one bit where he's talking about, man, you can't come to a woman all timid, like, excuse me, can you lick my balls? Man, why don't you lick your own balls?
Yeah, he has none of that energy. So then, as he's having heartbreak because this chick that he likes is all into this other dude, she pulls the ultimate deballing that you can get, and this has happened to me a lot, Steve. Probably happened to you a few times. He gets, you're such a good friend. My dick just pulled back into my body saying that, Steve. I hate that term.
And he walks away just naive, like, I'm one of the girls.
Yay, I'm in. He's not in, Steve. And then we cut to the actual intro, which is great. I was saying this last night, and it was a stone thought, but what an insane idea just for a show, you know? And the fact that it went like 5 seasons, I mean, obviously because of Henson and whatnot, but it's just a crazy, almost coke-ish idea, Steve. It seems like a cocaine idea.
It speaks on the brilliance of Jim Henson again.
Because it works. I mean, it's basically Roseanne with puppets, but we can give praise later. Cut back to the show. Little old skinny Robbie's just kind of sad, and Charlene, his sister, is around, so he starts asking her advice. She's a chick, Steve. He's like, what do girls want? You know? Because it's not working. This whole nice guy thing is just not working for me.
What they really want from a... But she's like, you know, dimples, bulging muscles, and guys like Zeke or Zach with those kind of names. What about integrity? I guess if you're in your 30s and you have low self-esteem, you care about that kind of shit.
Is that a car?
Right.
Yeah. Then Fran, she's like, Robbie, you don't have to. And she's the mom, Steve. So she's like, you know, it's not all about that. Not all women are interested in the physical form. And then Earl like kind of sides in. He's like, you're talking about ugly girls, right?
Yeah, don't get game from your mom because she's going to tell you the stereotypical, hold doors for her and buy her flowers and be a gentleman. And then
you're going to grow into your body. You don't like it now, but someday you're going to be perfect. And you're my perfect little man.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have a female family member that's going to keep it real, like a sister or a female cousin.
That's what you need. I feel like even a sister, I didn't have this type of ball bust sister. Obviously, she was so old, like older than me, that she wasn't around when this stuff was happening. So I didn't have that luxury, Steve. But Robbie, he's basically just resigned to the fact that he ain't going to get that, Steve. So he goes to his room. Fran's like, hey, Earl, you're the dad. Like, you should probably talk some sense into your son. He's going through some stuff. And, you know, Earl, you know, he's like Homer, Steve. Rather just hang out, watch some tube, but Dad's got to do something. So we cut to Robbie's room.
Earl tells Robbie, there's one thing that rings true still to this day. Girls just love big guys. Look at me, for example. He shows Robbie his old yearbook, and Earl is skinny as a toothpick. he actually was voted most likely to slip through a sewer gate. So, like, damn, I can go from a skinny kid to a huge man, dinosaur man. Earl
Yeah.
shows him his bodybuilding pic.
Earl Schwarzenegger, dude.
Yeah, Earl Luger.
Yeah, it's not the Earl that we know and love. So Robbie's like, damn, like, okay, can you like teach me? He's like, yeah, I just did what you had to. Work out, eat well, lift a couple of tree stumps every once in a while, and I'll get you there. So now we're into sort of a Rocky-ish situation, Steve. Earl's training his son. It's a beautiful thing. We get into the classic montage.
You've got the eye of the tiger, says the queen. And he's doing his pull-ups, bicep curls, the push-ups. Apparently, Robbie's skipping leg day. I didn't see any squats, no deadlifts, none of that. You're gonna need that in the repertoire.
No core work at all, Steve. I got to be honest with you. And also the goal, which this is pretty crazy, going from 0 to 100. He's got to go up to near Hulk Hogan or over Hulk Hogan, Steve. 36-inch pythons. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to get there. Not with those 15-pounders, Steve.
Yeah, those are garter snakes. And he only got a quarter-inch bigger in the arms. But now we're at school, and Robbie, he's kind of like, man, I kind of want to quit. Like, this is not doing anything for me. But his boy Spike, in this episode, Spike actually redeems himself. He's kind of like a real friend because he kind of keeps it real with him. And he's like, look, man, what makes you unique is what makes you dope, Sinclair. Like, you know, look at Big Dolf over there. He's dumb as a box of nails with the personality of a dead moth. But hey, man, that's his thing. Even though you're not as big as him, like, you're not an idiot either. He tells him about guys like to have an unfair advantage. Like with Thornoids. It's like, with Thornoids? What's that? Like, look, man, you don't want to know. Just made it up. Forget it.
I had a seizure and just said something. What did I say? That's not even a word.
Wants to keep it away from his friend because he knows the after effects. All right, man. So since you're pressing me about it, there are these little tiny spiny things guys eat for muscle mass, but you don't want them. You don't need them in the end.
Stop touching my jacket. I'm going to do some other shady stuff because he looks like a shady drug dealer, Steve, but Spike is showing up in this episode. You're right. So Spike's like, look, man, I'm out of here. This conversation's over with. Stay away from the Thornoids. Peace. So Robbie's sitting there like, I don't want to, I'm 15 days in. Nothing. And he sees Dolf over yonder, punch his locker like a meathead, open it up, and then we see him take out this, what appears to be a Thornoid, Steve.
Yeah, out of his locker. He just takes it to the face. Apparently, these Thornoids, they talk shit to you as you're ingesting them. Like, yeah, you're a little pussy. Are the spines too sharp for you, you punk ass? I'm a little puny little cocksucker. You want bigger arms. They say,
oh, you need me? Piss on your nuts, little ass dick ass.
Yeah, they talk way out of pocket, these Thornoids. But yeah, man, he ate those. And after he leaves, Robbie, he pulls up to the locker and he opens up the box. They're still talking shit. Like, you want to get stronger? Take a nap in your mother's bosom, you punk. He eats it. And like, from what I heard, man, you got to let the Thornoid sit on your tongue a little bit. You got to chew on them. You get the most impact. Chew on them, let them sit on your tongue, and then like let it, you know.
Yeah. You got to get it into the bloodstream. You got to ease it in, especially the first Thornoid, Steve. Involved in there. So he eats it. We don't know what happens. We cut to the next day. We're at the Sinclair house, and we're just seeing the baby, Steve. He's not eating his breakfast. He's being a baby, as always. He throws a fork. It goes behind a fridge. Fran's like, you better shape up. You want to be like your big brother, right? And the baby's like, what, like the chicken boy? And as he says that, he's like, dang! We turn the camera around to Robbie, who in the course of maybe 10 hours, Steve, maybe 12, has gone full Frank Palumbo status. He's just fully shredded.
And he debo's the baby. He was like, what were you saying? He's like, oh, nothing.
What'd you say, little girl?
Yeah.
I love how his voice is deep. He's got a deep-ass voice. It's hilarious, Steve. These Thornoids work immediately.
Robbie big and strong like mommy.
This dude went from Jim Ross to freaking Ultimate Warrior overnight. And he's got the roid rage to boot. So I love how Earl turns around and is like, Robbie, my workout is doing fantastic. The baby threw that fork behind there, and Earl couldn't do it. So Robbie's like, hold on 1 second, let me do this. And he just slowly just Supermans that hoe, Steve.
But when it's time to move it back, Earl, he's like, man, I got it. It's not even budging. Not even making the scrape sound.
And the baby's just laughing at him. Yeah. It's great, Steve. So then we cut to school, and now we're seeing sort of like the negative part of Thornoids, Steve, because Robbie's yoked up, just roaming the halls flexing. Looking pretty aggressive, I gotta be honest.
Coming on too strong because he pulls up on Caroline. Now he's got the confidence. He was like, man, look, we got this thing coming up Saturday, and I think it'd be in your best interest to pop up with me on my arm. And she's like, look, I'm in the middle of something. Dolf, he's trying to finish his sentence. He's working on the words right now. Dance, titty.
Oh, Dolph, you just have a way with words. And then Robbie's like, hey, Dolph, I was here first. But you don't shove off. And he just belts the dude in the face. Roadhouse style. I mean, Robbie, he's gone full heel, Steve. He went from skinny dweeb to just super villain, super shredder.
0 to 100 real quick, Matt. Like, that escalated way too quick for my standards. And I'm a petty motherfucker, but I think Spike knows what's up now, because when they reconvene, he sees that Robbie's big as hell. So he's like, man, something changed real quick. I'm sure it's nothing new to your diet.
Yeah.
Taking the big T, swallowing that Stein, riding the wild noise, popping porcupines. That's not you, is it?
Yeah, it's not like you're just walking around growling and flexing everywhere with spikes coming out of your body out of nowhere, right? That's the salad. And the pull-ups.
And this is too much for Spike, because he's like, whatever, dude, have a good life. Cut to the house. He needs to get to the bathroom. Charlene's in there messing around, scrubbing on her pantyhose and doing her girl-ish, man, shaving her coochie. So Robbie, he's had enough of waiting around, and he just busts through the door, just breaks it off. And he throws it into the hallway. When he gets into the bathroom, he yanks the sink out of the floor. Like, dude, that's uncalled for. Like,
it's so big, brother, though. And he's like, you got a bunch of wet stuff in the sink. I don't want to look at this stuff. And throws the full sink at Charlene, Steve. I mean, he's going homicidal at this point. And even Charlene's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Bro, like, is this real life right now? After that happens, he looks in the mirror. He notices like these little spikes. He's like, yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, what's this little?
Damn. He was looking like Beetlejuice in that scene where he pops the spikes out. And these aren't like natural dinosaur spikes. These shits look sinister, He's like, actually, it looks kind of dope, though, to be honest with you. It kind of pops the peck off a little bit.
Cut back to downstairs. Earl's still trying to push that fridge. But when Robbie comes in the kitchen, they're like, oh, Robbie, yeah, you could push the kitchen. Man, why don't you push your own fridge? It's all your food anyway, chubby ass.
Oh, Robbie! What?
Tell him, chicken boy.
What'd you just
call
say?
me?
Nothing. Yeah, so he leaves, and as he's leaving, he's like, yeah, I'm out. See you later, fat boy. I mean, he's just punking his family out. Everyone's like, man, what the fuck? Earl, your workout has gone too well.
And now we're at the dance. Robbie shows up with Caroline, I guess because he eliminated his op. We find out quick that he dumped a punch bowl on a boy's head, and they just got there.
So they're not even in the dance. They kind of got kicked out, so they're roaming the halls. As they're walking around, it seems kind of cool. Like, even Caroline's like, oh, he's kind of cool with it. She seems a little off-put. But then he kind of, like, gets a little aggressive, Steve, as a Thornoid user will. Pushes her up against the locker, and he's, like, trying to get a little romantic. But those Thornoid spikes just start poking Caroline. And not in the way like that song. Like, this is a bad poke, Steve.
I think she already could figure it out, put two and two together, because she's like, is that what you want to be, Dolph? You didn't want me if I was skinny, though. You never asked me, Robbie.
I didn't think you'd like me. You said I was your friend. She's like, I did like you. You just had to ask. This is kind of like over. She's trying to get away from him. And then he goes like kind of full roid rage at this point, Steve. It's almost like he's like, what is this? What, you act like this? You trying to work me up, prude bitch?
I'm all hard now. Now you're going to do something about it, too.
Come here. But as he's going, it's about to go straight domestic violence, Steve. Possibly even worse than that. Spike shows up. This guy's everywhere, Steve. And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he kind of like steps in, eases the tension a little bit for a second. And he's like, Caroline, why don't you head out? There's some issue with some decorations or something. I'll handle Robbie over here. So she's like, oh, great. Bye. So she heads out, rape diverted, I guess, or whatever was about to happen there. And Spike confronts Robbie for real at this point. He's like, look, man, it's obvious what's happening here. Look at you. And Robbie's like, you got spikes too, dude. Your name's Spike. He's like, these are all natural, bud.
Genetics.
Yeah.
My granddad had it, and they say you follow the maternal grandfather when it came to the spike or not spike.
He's like, look, man, like you're making enemies out of everyone. No one likes you. And he's like, you kidding me? Look at this. Look at that. You don't like this? Pussy?
Ill-gotten gains, though, Robbie. I've had enough with you. I've had enough with you. The school's had enough with you. Dude, you threw a punch bowl, a whole punch bowl. You poured it on the kid, and then you threw a punch bowl at him, man. Shattered his braces. So I think there's a shoving match, maybe. Somehow Robbie gets one of his spikes, some of his spikes stuck into the locker. And he's like, man, Spike, man, put me out, bro. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And Spike's like, nah, man, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave you there for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm cool. But I'm going to sit here and watch the Thornoids wear off. It'll probably only take a night or two, but yeah, you're stuck, bro. So Robbie's like, oh, it's like Godzilla's, stuck on a locker with spikes. But we cut to the next morning. Spike and the old Robbie, because the Thornoids have worn off, he's just back to old Robbie with his little Letterman jacket, not fully yoked. And he's almost like hungover. Because apparently there's like some sort of Thornoid hangover, Steve.
It's the worst, I heard. He asked Spike, you think I'll ever get a chance to see her again or be with her? He's like, oh, man, you totally got a shot, man. Psych. But what you really need to worry about is apologizing to your family because, roof over your head, food on the table, that whole nine. And, it's your family. But Earl, he comes out and he's scared of Robbie at first. But he's like, oh. I was going to have breakfast in the backyard. Robbie just sets it straight like, hey, man, I was stupid, Dad, and I'm sorry.
But I do like Earl's like, what, did you stop my workout?
Right.
He's still not fully like plugged into what happened, but Robbie is like apologetic. He's obviously not on the gear anymore because he's not spiked out and yoked out. And they have like a little fun bonding moment here because that fridge got moved, never got back. So Earl's like, hey, Robbie, you know what, man? It's all good. But can you move the fridge back? And Robbie's like, you know what, Dad? I might need a little bit of help. And Spike, who's still in the kitchen, is like, you know what, guys? Let me help out. He proceeds to just open the fridge and take out some ribs, Steve.
This is a tasty looking rib.
Honestly, is that the Flintstone rib? But from the other perspective, from the dinosaur perspective? I don't know, but I'll take one. And he's like, what? I took the weight out of the fridge. Hey!
Also in 1993, Dead Alive or Brain Dead premieres. A young man's mother is bitten by a Sumatran rat monkey. She gets sick and dies, at which time she comes back to life, killing and eating dogs, nurses, friends, and neighbors. Directed by Peter Jackson, starring Timothy Baum, Elizabeth Moody, and Ian Watkin.
I dig this movie. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I came onto this because of that movie and finding out Peter Jackson directed this because I don't think I would have watched it otherwise. But just a couple of notes. I'm going to try to be not long-winded like I usually am with these movies. One, this is like an example of another guy like Robert Rodriguez who just did what he needed to do to make a movie. Because this is not like, if you look at it, it looks kind of weird and like low budge, obviously. But you got to respect it. He did this in New Zealand. They have no film like anything. He was using his mother's oven to bake special effects for the movie, like in the oven, like latex stuff, just so he could do it. Shot this movie on a specific type of film so that he had enough money to pay for all like the gore effects, which was what he wanted to pull off in this movie. And he did it all himself. And then, like, if you watch it, the amount of gore and blood is insane. They broke records, Steve, for blood use in a movie, which I thought was cool.
Bloodiest ever. And in its native country, New Zealand, this movie actually earned more per screen than Batman Returns in 1992, or was initially ran, basically.
Yeah, because it came out a year after here, and they actually changed the name, too, because I think it was called Brain Dead. Yeah. And then to speak on his like use of money and how to make low budget movies, he made this movie, finished early, had extra money. So there's a scene in this where this guy walks a zombie baby in a park, and it's this crazy looking puppet. But that scene in the park, that whole thing, he just was like, I got extra money. We're filming this. That never happens. You know, that will never happen in a movie now. So I just think, honestly, like this movie is, if you like the behind the scenes stuff, more interesting. It's funny to watch. And the lawnmower scene at the end, like the total bloodbath scene, has always been something that even when I was younger, I just think is hilarious looking and cool. It looks like something from like Evil Dead almost.
Around this time, I feel like Peter Jackson was just doing shit, because this is the third movie that's out there. There was Meet the Feebles before this, and Bad Taste. So those three things, and I guess you could see some of that in Lord of the Rings, man, because it definitely takes like some puppetry, or, you know, you would know better than I would as far as the special effects they use. But the things that he was doing in Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Brain Dead, the quality would have been better had he had a bigger budget.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the way that he figured out how to do these things instructed him how to make $1 billion franchise with a huge budget. Because, I mean, they made them all at once, so they save money that way. But even so, like, I'm sure they had to figure out ways to, like, save money and do this and that. So, like, it all led to it. It's like you get to see that whole journey to where he makes arguably one of the most ultimate trilogies of all time, one of the most high quality film franchises of all time. So, and even in this movie, to speak to the link to that, like the opening scene where they find like the weird like rat monkey thing.
Yeah.
That's in Lord of the Rings. That's in Return of the King. Like they use that location because it looks so cool, as most of New Zealand does, apparently. Like you can just turn a camera around anywhere in that country and it looks like you're in a movie of some kind.
Classic example of opportunity meeting preparation, because by the time that Lord of the Rings was offered, or when it was an option, he had already for years shown that like I can make do with the little that I have. And he continued doing that. So the bigger the budget, he knew how to turn it up. And when he got that budget, it's like, man, like I've already worked with little. So now that I have all of these resources, better actors, more well-known actors, I can have access to better editors, better cinematography, all of that, man. Here we are. It's a great example of that.
Yeah.
What they call luck.
It's the exact example of that. So shout out to Peter Jackson, man. Like even the old stuff, to me, it mimics Robert Rodriguez because it's like lower quality looking. It's kind of like dated, still fun to watch. You fast forward to like the stuff he's doing now or like, you know, recently, and it's just fantastic. And you just see a guy like evolve over the years into making these low budget things, into making great high budget stuff too. So shout out to Peter Jackson, man. Huge fan.
And on that same day in 93, Groundhog Day premieres. A narcissistic, self-centered weatherman finds himself in a time loop on Groundhog Day. Directed by Harold Ramis, starring Bill Murray, Andy McDowell, and Chris Elliott.
I think this is a lot of people's favorite Bill Murray movie. I don't think it's my favorite Bill Murray movie, but I do think this is one of the comedy-wise in the 90s. It's up there. It's dark, hilarious. You know, all the background characters that he meets. It's one of those movies where it just like seems like it was just everything lined up exactly as it should.
Hot take Harry here. It's not my bag.
Oh man, I just love the darkness of it. Once he starts like getting depressed about what's going on, he's like, I'm a god, you know, like stuff like that. I just think it's like such a weird idea. Another one where it's like, man, if you explain this to me and I had like money to give you to make movies, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't think people want to see that, but I enjoyed it. But Steve G, not a fan.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorite of his. I do remember this being like one of those film school or film class movies. It's a unique concept. I'm not going to say it hasn't been done before, but at the time, as a kid, like I wouldn't have known.
No, obviously not. But it has it. You know, but what isn't hack at this point? There's every premise generally is something that's been done before. But you throw Bill Murray and Harold Ramis together. To me, again, I'm going Ghostbusters if you're asking me about Bill Murray's, but Caddyshack. What about Bob is another one I always enjoyed.
Stripes.
Stripes. Scrooge.
That's the one. That's the one for me.
I mean,
Scrooge.
honestly, you might be right because that is ultimate like Bill Murray wackiness too.
Yeah, man.
He's in Wild Things too. So I mean, you know, he runs a gamut, Steve.
Fun fact and Ed Wood. But fun fact about this movie, Bill Murray was actually bitten by a groundhog twice during shooting, and he had to receive a course of rabies vaccines. Like, that would suck. I don't know why, but I feel like a groundhog bite would be pretty sharp.
They're disgusting creatures, Steve. I mean, it's a big-ass and fat-ass rat. So I never understood the appeal from somebody who's from Pennsylvania, and this is happening in Pennsylvania. It tracks. Yeah. You catch a big rat, you pull it out of a hole, yada, yada. I think it's gross, and if I was bit by it, I'd stomp the thing, Steve. Sorry, PETA. I'd go full craziness on it. So shout out to Bill Murray for not doing that and killing Punxsutawney Phil.
Also on that same day in 93, The Temp premieres. Nice guy junior exec Peter doesn't play dirty, but unfortunately some of his colleagues do. In comes Chris, his new temp, who is bright and efficient and saves him. She's willing to play dirty for Peter. Directed by Tom Holland, starring Timothy Hutton, Lara Flynn Boyle, Dwight Schultz, Oliver Platt, and Faye Dunaway.
I didn't dig it, Steve. You didn't like Groundhog Day? I didn't like this at all.
Man, I like me some Lara Flynn Boyle. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew she was a hot or an attractive person, but in this, and mind you, Matt, when this movie came out, that woman was 23. She looks way older. Well, I ain't gonna say way older. She's still
she was 23.
23, man.
Shit. Well, I was a temp for a long time in my life, Steve, I'll tell you, just from my experience, this is not how it works. So I don't know.
Stevie Webb's in there.
That's what I like. Steven Weber's in it. Oliver Platt's in it. I love an Oliver Platt.
Especially early 90s Oliver Platt. Come on, man.
I don't like the main guy, Steve. That's my problem. Steven Weber should have been that guy.
Timothy Hutton.
Yeah, Timothy Hutton's not it, right? I feel like he's a poor man's
Tim Robbins.
James Spader.
Dude, here you go with the James Spader doesn't have an Oscar. Timothy Hutton does.
For what?
For the first Robert Redford directed movie, Ordinary People, in like 1980.
Great.
But it also has old girl from News Radio, Moira Tierney.
Yeah, but I don't know, Steve. It's not my bag, and I'd rather watch like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle if I'm watching a movie like this. The Temp, it's lesser than, you know. But you liked it. I'll go with you. Steve's review was, I guess I wasn't horny enough to watch it, okay?
I mean,
I had a headache.
I think it was the Lara Flynn Boyle factor, because in one scene she was like doing herself and Timothy Hutton's like looking in her window. But like one of the things I am like, man, like you're turning down Lara Flynn Boyle's advances, and I get it, you don't screw the work, you don't dip your pen in the company ink, but damn, man, Lara Flynn Boyle, titties in the asshole.
It's him, man. No, I mean, that's not my thing, Steve. It fits within your type a little bit, Steve. You like a nice dark white chick, and this tracks, so I get it. if nothing else, you're consistent.
Oh, yeah, man, I try. Also in 1993, Untamed Heart premieres. A waitress hardly notices a shy busboy who secretly loves her until one night she's attacked and he comes to her rescue. From there, a relationship sparks, but one secret could mean disaster for these fated lovers. Directed by Tony Bill, starring Christian Slater, Marissa Tomei, and Rosie Perez. What is a quince, Matthew?
Oh, he's kind of cute. Ooh, what's that big ass scar on his chest? Looking all crazy. Two things. One, Rosie Perez, God bless you. I love you. Your side titty forever will be in my head. Marissa Tomei, Steve. This is a white woman. I don't know if she's ever going to age because she looks like this in those Spider-Man movies that are out now, right?
Yeah.
So Marissa Tomei can even still, Steve. Even maybe Rosie Perez can still get it. I don't know. I haven't seen her in a while.
This is one of
this is not his best, right?
Christian Slater. He plays, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a level of R word. He definitely doesn't go full, but the R word tank is like half full. Let's say that.
Yeah. When you have a heart condition, does it affect? I guess maybe it affects your brain, but it's cheesy, Steve. I think it's hilarious, but if I'm going to watch a romance movie with Christian Slater, I'm popping in True Romance and really going full throttle with it. But this, I just find it cheesy. I think it's funny this guy with like this crazy heart condition does all these crazy things. You know, he beats a guy up. He's kind of like just this freaky guy that Marissa Tomei sees something in. This isn't for me, Steve.
I almost turned it off in the beginning when her boyfriend dumps her. I'm like, who dumps Marissa Tomei? You tasting the rainbow? You lighting the loafers? Is it one of those kind of deals? What's wrong with you, kid?
Little Koomsie Koomsa? Yeah, that makes no sense. And then she just doesn't Christian Slater like work in this diner that they work at? So, you know, he's just some diner cook with a heart condition, Steve, and just a lot of love to give.
And Matt, this was a pleasant surprise for me. You get Marissa Tomei titty. I didn't even know that was in her catalog. There's a movie out there where she shows titty, bro. She got some nice, because it's not always about size. It's about the whole package. And like those little, you know what I'm saying? They perky, they fit for Marissa Tomei.
I mean, seriously, Steve, she's got it all. Let's just put it like that. I'm not trying to be super perverted, but Marissa Tomei. So that's why I will not give this movie a bad review because of that. And it's got Rosie Perez, who just because she's in it and just because she is who she is, I get like the feels about it. Like even in that diner outfit, I'm like, damn. Off real quick.
1997, Jamie Foxx is airing season 1, episode 17, Westside. Helen and Junior take a trip and leave Jamie in charge, but their no party rule goes out the window when a hip-hop group wants to use the hotel. Hilarity ensues.
I didn't know this episode existed, Steve.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just Jamie Foxx delivering every time.
I knew you'd appreciate this.
Thank you. And I was actually listening to Westside Connection. It's in heavy rotation, Steve. It's not this album, but shout out to Dub C, Mac 10, and Ice Cube. We come into the hotel, and apparently Uncle Junior and Aunt Helen are going out. I think they're going on some sort of romantic trip. They're leaving the hotel. Fancy is talking to Braxton. She's like, man, romance, right? It's crazy. Uncle Junior, they're going out. Of course, Jamie's like scheming, and he just kind of pulls up comically, like, pushing Braxton away. He's like, you know, romance is just part of the family tree. You get it? I forget what face. She says something about cutting a branch off, which I don't. Was she saying she was going to cut his penis off? I don't know, but
maybe.
But she says that something about cutting off that part of the branch, and Jamie's like, "Well, these logs burn all night." Ready for a weenie roast?
Ready for a weenie roast? Ready for a weenie roast?
It was like, hold up. You know who's in charge this week? Me. Don't you mean we?
Mm-mm.
Uncle Junior and Aunt Helen, they're going on that romantic getaway. So when they pop out with their bags, and actually it's Aunt Helen carrying the bags, and Uncle Junior, he's just, got his hand in his pocket or whatever. It's time to leave. They remind him, no guests unless they have an ID and a credit card. While I'm gone, no parties.
None. Credit card, ID. I want to come back to this place tip top. So JB's like, of course. I'm insulted you would even worry. So you guys enjoy yourself. So cut to the theme song, Steve. Come back to the hotel. And now we see 3 familiar faces popping in. And it is the Westside Connection, Steve. And Jamie's like, oh, like immediately starstruck. And I love he's like, man, I didn't know you guys were showing up. I would have sagged more.
You in charge, homie?
And then Fancy comes out, and of course, Ice Cube, you can just see him just lock in like a tractor beam on her, and he's like, uh-huh. So, obviously, Jamie kind of clocks that, but Fancy's fully in, Steve. We find out Westside Connection's in town, Steve. They're right in the area, and they want to throw a party at the hotel. They want to use the ballroom, and Jamie's like, all right, man, hell yeah, man. But Braxton's like, just 1 second, Mr. Cube, what about the ID thing? And he's like, man, this is Westside Connection, man. They're fine. Like, you know who that is.
Mr. Cubicles and McDonald's and W.C. Fields. I do need to see some identification. Where's your ID? I'm not afraid. I have a yellow belt in Aikido.
Westside Connection, they don't carry identification, Steve. This is their identification. The yay. That's all you need. But they don't also have any money or credit cards. So they're trying to fumble around, find a way to pay. And then I love Dub C, like, aggressively comes in with some cash. But the way he comes in, everybody's like, oh, shit.
Dude, the way you pulled up, anybody would have thought you had a strap inside your jacket, bro. Like, nobody, like, in the history of making payments to anybody, nobody is that aggressive to, like, man, let me give you this money right quick. Man.
And he's just like, man, there's some money, man. He rolls out the stack. They pay for the room. And Jamie's like, all right, after his life flashes before his eyes, he comes to and he's like, okay, we're going to get you set up, get him up to the presidential suite. As they're going up the elevator, Ice Cube's like, yo, man, we got a couple of friends in the area. And he's like, okay, like, that's fine. They can stay up in the room with you. So he opens up the door and throws a Westside out, and then like half of downtown LA comes into the hotel, Steve.
Why do they need to rush in? Like, the door is open. What is up there? Like a big titty dick sucking party? Like, there's no reason. Like, you're going to get there.
They take, like I said, hundreds of people, which I guess they were just like collecting, hotties and cool dudes as they were walking around the streets. Cause I mean, these people were just waiting outside, like like they had a reservation or something. So problems are brewing, Steve. The heat's getting turned up. And then we cut to Uncle Junior and Aunt Helen on vacation, quote unquote. And we find out that Junior was saying that he was going to visit an old friend. And that's what this trip was kind of about. But, it was going to also be like a little romantic weekend. But what we see is that this friend that Uncle Junior was going to visit is dead. And it's the funeral.
Yeah. And then Reverend Alizé, played by Jamie, he comes out. We're not here for matrimony. We're not here for maliciousness, ventriloquist. This is about death. The Deaf Comedy Jam. Def Leppard. This is a man didn't walk the straight and narrow. But we ain't need to get all into that she say, he say type stuff.
Look to the back of the church.
And back to the party, and there's a girl dancing on the desk. It's just popping.
Honestly, I'm in. I don't even like parties like this. Every kind of woman's around. Ice Cube's hanging out. We're hearing Westside Connection at full volume. It's dope, to use a white term. A very white term. Parties jumping, ladies dancing. Fancy and Ice Cube getting a little close. They're getting kind of close on the couch, Steven.
Is it really like that in the hood? Oh, well, we got to do what we got to do. Oh, you're so brave. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Boom. So Jamie sees this and he's like, yo, Cube, man, let me talk to you real quick. And Cube's like, he does this exasperated Cube move, which is, what, man?
Yeah.
That thing. Jamie's like, look, I'm just trying to be like 100 with you right now and just be cool. I didn't want to cause an issue, but I just thought you might want to know, like, before the surgery, Fancy's name was Frank.
Look at the Adam's apple. I mean, like,
Check.
ain't nothing wrong with it. If you cool with that, Fancy, she comes up like, hey, what's up, Q? Like, oh, we just got to get ready for the show. I'll catch you later, Frank. Yeah, yeah.
Plays it cool, Steve. He got out of it. So that's great. So come back to the funeral. Rev Alizé just keeps hitting that flask. And Aunt Helen's like, man, we need to leave. Go walk up to the casket, say your whatevers, and get out. And Junior's like, man, I'm only here to lift a gold watch off the man.
I lost it in the poker game. And the only way I get it back is over his dead body. Alizé come back to him. He's like, death snuck up on him like a hoodlum with a Colt 45 and madness on his mind. Say it with me now. Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Let's have the wife of the deceased come to the casket to say a couple of words. And the wife of the deceased is actually wives, Steve, plural, because 3 chicks step up. This guy was living a spicy life. And I love that.
Winning gold watches. Well, we find out that was a fake watch. Like, would you call it Gumby gold watch?
Yeah, hell yeah. They leave. Helen calls Jamie just to check in. Party's jumping, Steve. You hear it.
Yeah.
We live in La La. We smoke in La La. I mean, it's just popping through the phone. She hears a couple things, but Jamie plays it off. He's like, nah, there's a youth group in here playing a game.
It's a church choir.
Yeah. Before she gets off the phone is like, look, Jamie, we're going to be home here soon. He's like, yeah, we'll see you in a couple days. She's like, couple days? We'll be back in a couple of hours. So he's like, oh, shit. This is not good, Steve. Westside Connection concert, that's at least 3 hours.
As far as I'm concerned, this trip is dead. I see what you did, Aunt Helen. I see what you did. And we cut to the Westside Connection concert, and it's jumping, as you'd expect, because I'm not a hater like you. Bow down to a player that's greater than you.
Gangsters make the world go round.
Don't.
So tight, Steve.
Don't.
And now, Steve, it only took a couple hours, and we see Braxton on Ice Cube gave him like 3 tips, and he's out here fully Westside Connection now, Steve.
Because I'm not a hater like you. Bow down to a player that's greater than you. Ha ha.
Ha ha. So Jamie, he's like, look, man, we got to get this cleaned up. Okay. Aunt Helen, Uncle Junior, they're coming. Braxton doesn't care. And he's like, you take care of it. So Jamie's like, man, I'm not scared of the West Side or their connection. Okay. I'll take care of this.
He rushes to the stage, but he gets pushed around.
I like how he's like, yo, man, I got to get everyone's attention. Hey. And everyone's like, oh.
All right, it's getting late. Check y'all out at the after party. Wait, where's the after party? At the presidential suite. Then they head up there, and Jamie's like, wait, we ain't got a presidential suite. Cut to the presidential suite upstairs, and we see a hole being put in the wall. Like, damn, how'd y'all get y'all Shawshank on?
Yeah, man, I'm like a expert in construction and whatnot, so you're welcome. Jamie's like, yo, this is crazy, but the party's still going, Steve. He can't shut it down. And now they have a presidential suite, Steve, in care of Mac 10, Esquire, the third.
I love the Dub C language because he pulls up, yes, near me and yes, and like Mac 10 and Cube, they understood it. Yes, near me is what the
on the jacuzzi juicy.
Yeah.
Jamie understands. He's like, man, we ain't even got a jacuzzi, man. And Ice Cube's like, yeah, but turns out Mac 10's also a plumbing expert. So we'll bill you, cuz.
Yeah. But time is running out. So Jamie's trying to think on his toes. he starts like punching walls. And he's like, it's an earthquake, everybody. No one does anything. They couldn't even hear him. So Braxton, next level thinking, he's like, I figured this out. I think I know a way.
5-0. 5-0 in the house. So everyone scrambles, and I like Ice Cube. Even the West Side, they're afraid too, because the Ice Cube's like, I got warrants.
Yeah. And now in the next scene, Junior and Helen, they arrive back at the hotel, and now they're happy, giving each other those cutesy terms. Cocoa Puff was pretty mad at me when we left the funeral, but on the way, we saw the beauty of the California coast, and it overwhelmed her. So we pulled the car over and reconsummated our wedding vows.
Oh. This is some old ass fucking on the PCH, Steve.
Low grade ball.
That's something. They're like, where's Jamie at? Fancy's like, he's upstairs. He had to do a couple like the renovations he's always talking about. So he just wanted to get on top of it. And they're like, oh, cool. Well, let's go hang out. Let's go see him and say hi. So Braxton, they all get in the elevator. They go upstairs. That hole in the wall is gone, Steve. Maybe he learned something from Mac 10 because he's just put up some nice wallpaper. It looks like he's fully renovated this room, Steve. It looks great, actually.
You know, Helen, I was trying to get you to do something like this. Helen's like, you know what, Jamie, we're proud of you. We're proud of all of you. But at the same time, they want to touch the wall.
Of course.
Away. Yeah. Jamie's trying to keep them away. There's a picture that they really want to hang on the wall. They're like, I really want to hang this picture on the wall. I think it complements the picture. So Jamie's like, nah, not over here. No, I'll put it up. Don't worry. But no, I really want to put it up. So he gets past Jamie, puts it up, falls through the wall hilariously, by the
way. And that's it, Steve. The jig's up, basically. Jamie's in hot soup, but we don't get to see that. We cut to an outro where Tyrone Koppel, played by Jamie Foxx, is just, I think it's an infomercial, but he's trying to sell you his Ebonics class so you can understand what Dub C said and some other Ebonical phrases. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. 1995, Steve?
Chilling in his house. Big baller, shot caller, and a hottie, hoochie.
For shizzle, that means good.
Yeah.
A great episode. I love a cameo, and I feel like something that Jamie Foxx show brings us that a lot of other shows didn't. How many more? They had so many cameos. Maybe we're only watching the ones with cameos, but Martin had a couple. But I feel like they're killing it.
Then there's a classic. I don't know if this happened in the 90s, but there's a Lawrence Taylor episode, and I think Gary Payton was in that same episode, or they might have been separate episodes. I can't remember.
But the whole Westside Connection, Steve?
The whole West Side.
There's so many rappers in love on the radio.
Any callbacks for the week?
Yeah, I actually I was going to say this during our dinosaurs segment, but I was like going through the cast of dinosaurs, especially maybe it's just for this episode, but I just have to shout out the incredible cast of like people that were involved in this that I didn't realize. So Kevin Clash, who was the Elmo puppeteer, he's the baby. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mom from Arrested Development's Fran's voice. Sally Struthers is Charlene's voice. I didn't realize that. And then Spike, this character that we've been talking about, that's that guy Christopher Maloney, Steve.
You swear?
Like, I swear, dude. I was like, there's no way. But if you go on IMDb, Spike's voice, Christopher Maloney, my guy.
This time
it's
I
wild.
believe you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Thank you for not. I was actually worried you were going to go off on me. So maybe that was what you were going to talk about. But I just wanted to shout that out because I was like, man, what a great show. What a crazy premise that they pulled off as a success and as a hit. And then you look at it, it's like, well, maybe it makes a lot of sense because not only did they have Henson on it, they had all these like stars just throughout this thing that were just adding to the appeal. So shout out, man. And hilarious that Christopher Maloney, this guy who's always like this hard ass dude, Spike, Steve, he's talking some sense into Robbie, man.
I never would have thought that, dude.
That's wild.
Like, I just want to mention that Ice Cube probably has one of the coolest spots in Hollywood because I think we talked about this before. The people who approach him for these film projects, they expect him to be Cube. Like they're probably going into it not expecting him to have a wide range. He's the guy they need. So it's like, man, that would be dope to be offered $1 million movie deals to be Matt. Man, just be Matt. Remember the line.
You remember, you've been doing this for decades. Say this line as you would. Like me, the character. Well, no, you,
Matthew Geddick.
Yeah, man. I agree, dude. Like, even now to this day, like he was the villain voice in that new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and just like he was himself in that, Steve.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
You know what I mean?
Like, oh man, that would be great. But look at the cover art behind me, dude. He was Ice Cube. He was a South African Ice Cube.
You lost the accent, Steve. You go to Compton, that accent goes right away, Steve. That LA accent just goes in, and you lose all African, South Africa, whatever it is, that patois thing. Because Elizabeth Hurley, who's English, tries to even do it. She can't even do it.
Yeah.
So Ice Cube at least had the benefit of just being like, look, man, I'm Ice Cube. He's like, that's why we hired you. You're good.
That's exactly why, man. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the black kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
Here come the hammer.